Thank you for coming out to the Fieldhouse for the Citrus Conference game as Hillsborough Community College faces your 21st ranked Eastern Florida State College women's basketball team. And now, please rise from your hats as we play the national anthem. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the visitors, Hillsborough Community College. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore from Tampa, number 1, Mizell Reyes. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Orlando, number 2, Sophia Barrero. At guard, a 5'7" freshman from Ireland, number 8, Amy Duggan. At forward, 5'10" freshman from Sweden, number 7, Ada Rashid. And at forward, 6'1" freshman from Sweden, number 23, Lene Blomberg. Head coach of the Hawks is Chris Springs. Assistant coach is Hunter Zilbar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Eastern Florida State College women's basketball team. At guard, 5'2" sophomore from Sunrise, number 1, Ashley Bell. At guard, a 5'4" freshman from North Florida, Lauderdale, Florida, number 4, Tamara Elliott. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore from West Palm Beach, number 24, Isara Adams. At forward, a 5'11" freshman from Orlando, number 13, Jose O'Neill. And at forward, a 6'1" freshman from Latvia, number 23, Amanda Bumgar. Head coach for tonight's 13 Baker, assistant coaches are Lindsay Walters, Taylor Jones, Lee Williams, and Mark McComas. Let's play basketball.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida, where the Eastern Florida State College Titans have won 30 straight home games for the women's basketball team. The number 121 ranked team in the nation tonight are hosting the Hillsborough Community College Hawks. My name is Richard Duma, alongside with my broadcast partner James Irvin. And last time for these two teams, it went well for Eastern Florida State College. Describe how that first matchup went this season.
Well, that first matchup, it really was all Eastern Florida State College. They got the victory 85-65, and they're going to be looking to do a lot of that again, really shutting down this Hillsborough Community College offense, which as of late, Richard, has found its groove.
The Hawks won the tip, going right to left in black jerseys on your screen. The Eastern Florida State College Titans in white will be going left to right. Post touch for the Hawks. Already stopped. Physical defense in the backcourt, though. And an early Titans turnover, a pass too far.
And we saw that early in the last game, Richard, against Hillsborough Community College. There was a lot of traveling issues where the Titans is just, both teams really were just kept getting called for travels, but looked at the great head coach, MJ Baker, to get those things cleaned up early.
As I'm sure she will. Still no score in this game. About 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Swing pass to the corner, off. Board pulled down. Fast break drive by Reyes. That was stolen. Fast break the other way. 3-on-2. Nice recovery by the Titans. Rashik up top. A nice cut, but an even better steal defensively. Baumgart was on the play. Other ran in a foul, so still no field goals left to go starting this game, but an immediate scoring opportunity for the Titans. Zaria Adams will shoot the first 2 free throw attempts of the game.
Really, both teams right there in that first sequence that we've seen of play here. A couple of sloppy possessions on offense, bit of a loose ball turnovers. And, give credit to both defenses. They've handled it.
Not many shots have gone up so far, but you appreciate the defensive effort. Zaria Adams from West Palm Beach averages almost 14 points per game in conference play, has had 14 games this season in double-digit scoring. A odd 1-0 score to begin this Hoops Fest.
The baseball season is starting back up, Richard.
Sophia Barrero, playmaking ability shown. Ada Rashik delivers. First field goal of the night, 2-1.
And if the Hawks can take advantage of some of these unforced errors by the Titans, like we said, their offense has really found their groove as of late. 101 points scored in their last game.
Jalea O'Neal recovered a wide pass. Found her way to a spot in the mid-range area, but shot went off. Tipped off the hand of a Hillsborough Hawk. And will stay on this side. Ashley Battle to inbound. Nice action to get open by O'Neal. Fake from the top, and there's one of those travels that you were referencing, James.
Well, like we said, we saw it a lot earlier in the first Hillsborough game, just hanging onto the ball, holding the ball, not dribbling before you take that first step. Just short little mental errors right now that Hillsborough Community College is going to look to take advantage of, considering where they are in the Citrus Conference standings.
Titans currently sit at 9-2 in the conference. There's a corner 3 from Hillsborough, defended well by Amanda Baumgart on the outside. Offensive rebound and a mid-range jumper from the elbow is put through. Nice bucket from Blomberg.
And Richard, I've noticed Hillsborough Community College is going to this backcourt press defense. They didn't do that a lot in the first half of the first game, but in the second half of that game, they used that a lot, and really, they gave the Titans a lot of problems on the offensive side of the ball when facing this press.
It was tough for the Titans to generate offense in that second half, and that's saying something for the 21st ranked team in the nation, as there's a corner mid-range miss.
What a pass underneath.
Rashik, swing around, 3 ball is through. Give it up to Micelle Reyes.
And Micelle Reyes, the leading scorer for this Hawks team. The Titans right now on a 1-7 run right now against Hillsborough Community College. They've got to get something going here on offense.
Still no buckets for Eastern Florida State besides that Zaria Adams free throw. A double team finds its way over to Tamara Elliott. And Hillsborough poked it out.
Head coach Chris Springs thought that one was going the other way, instantly pointed the other direction.
He's excited about this hot start his Hillsborough team has been on after the result of last matchup.
Well, again, Hawks losing by 20 there now.
And a backcourt violation force, so a couple of physical defensive plays in a row from Hillsborough.
And Hillsborough Community College looks like they did in that second half against Eastern Florida State. It was all Titans in that first half, but the Hawks played a really good second half, and they are coming out firing here. It looks like they've been waiting for this opportunity to get back at Eastern Florida.
7-1 Hawks early. A little bit under 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Nice defense by Jalea O'Neal, but it didn't matter. Rashik was wide open.
Yeah, the Hawks are doing a good job of driving inside, kicking it back to the outside, hitting the open bucket.
It seems like they're getting to a lot of open mid-range spots as Jalea O'Neal gets 2 points back inside. How about that cut?
Well, it was a fantastic cut. Almost looked like a wide receiver there running a route. And the Titans are going to have to get Jalea O'Neal going. Averages about 12 points per game. One of the top scorers on this Titans team.
Jasmine Boca receives attention from some Titan defenders. They come away with it, but some miscommunication trying to get out on the fast break, and it'll go right back over to Hillsborough.
And so far early here in this first quarter, Richard, that has kind of been what Hillsborough's been taking advantage of, these unforced errors by the Titans. Just a couple of small mental mistakes here in this first quarter is really giving the Hawks the momentum.
It does seem like the home team just needs to slow down a little bit, James. The game just started. Let them get in the groove a little bit, and I think they will be just fine.
Well, we know how good this defense and offense can be for the Titans.
Nice move to shake off Baumgart with Sofia Barrero. Slid her way into the paint after making a defender miss, and now she'll get 2 free throw opportunities of her own.
Yeah, they called that foul on the freshman, Claudia Piero Jimenez from Madrid, Spain. Some Champions League action going on, too. Got to hoping her Madristas, probably.
Reyes averaging 19 points per game, good for 3rd best in this FCSAA conference, has a career high of 33 points this season, had 13 against the Titans in the first meeting. She knocked down both of those shots from the charity stripe. It's 11-3 Hillsborough, 5:30 to go.
Coming into these games, Richard, both of these teams are shooting under 70% from the free throw line. Titans are 1 for 2, but if the Hawks can keep getting that consistency from the line, they should be in good spot.
It's a good sign for them, and there's a good sign for the Titans. They struggled on offense early, and now a couple of paint buckets in a row. Jalea O'Neal then intercepts a pass, but is called for a foul.
Yeah, kind of looked like Xavier McKinney right there, the way she jumped that pass and got that pick. Then just absolutely runs through one of the Hawks players, and she draws the blocking foul. Good call right there by the officials.
So, what a job by Jalea O'Neal.
Fantastic defensive instinct, and that's really what makes O'Neal such one of these best players on the Titans team. It's just her game instincts are so good.
Extremely aware at all times of where she is on the court to make these plays on both sides of the ball. Corner 3, short. Nice board by O'Neal, hustling to the ground. A swarm of Hawks come running, and a jump ball is forced. The possession arrow will stay right here.
That's just Jalea O'Neal right there, giving fantastic effort for this team. If the Titans are going to get back in this game, the offense is going to need to work through Jalea O'Neal and the underneath inside game, and Jalea O'Neal brings an absolute perfect reason for that. And you can also see why she's so valuable on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes, you can. Well, 11-5. A good start for the Hillsborough Community College Hawks, trying to stop this 30-game home winning streak that the Eastern Florida State College Titans women's basketball team has. We'll be right back after a short break. We'll see you all in about 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Titan Fieldhouse here in Melbourne, Florida, home of the Eastern Florida State College Titans. And we have a good women's basketball game for you tonight. First quarter, a bit under 5 minutes to go. There's a travel called right after the inbounds pass, trying to generate some immediate offense coming out of the timeout. Goes for another turnover. Possession now with the Hawks. Both squads playing some aggressive defense here tonight. So far it's been working for the Titans as they've turned it on. Ashley Battle on the fast break, layup a little bit too strong and underneath the basket. Ricochets off to Hillsborough and a reach and foul by Battle.
The Hawks again trying to take advantage here of another turnover by the Titans. Really, they've been giving Hillsborough Community College a lot of their possessions here. Just some errant passes going out of bounds, travels being called here. So really want the Titans to look to clean things up in the second half of this first quarter after the immediate timeout.
So far, not looking too good on those offensive possessions, but still a lot of time for things to change. Aggressive defense by Eastern Florida State. Shot clock expires as a three-pointer rises. It was off the front of the rim and went out of bounds off of a Titan. It'll stay on the left side.
Huge second chance points opportunity for Hillsborough Community College. If they can keep adding to this lead, putting pressure on the Titans, who are 9-2 in conference compared to the 5-5 record of Hillsborough.
Ferrero inbound to Blomberg. Good activity by Giselle Young, the Chicago, Illinois native. Side out once more for Hillsborough. Blomberg to start the possession. Nice sidestep, but an even better block. Nia Santiago the other way, and she'll be sent to the 15-line mark.
Fantastic block. How about that pass right there, Richard? It was jumping at half court to find Santiago, and it was a perfect bounce pass landing right in the bucket. Fantastic passing right there. Just really speaks to the chemistry that the Titans have built up with each other over the season.
And that was Karen Nimmo who made that pass. She just recently checked into the game for the Titans. She's made 9 starts this season, came off the bench, but is the second leading scorer on this team, averaging about 11.5 points per game. The leading scorer on this team also comes off the bench. Lynn Reith averages 12 points a night.
Really, this speaks to the bench depth that Eastern Florida State has. They have a lot of people that can come out and hurt you on the offensive side of the ball.
Amy Duggan rotates to Blomberg. 3 Titans inside, but one of them gets called for a foul. They say they got her on the shot. Foul was drawn on Nia Santiago. The first free throw up and good for Linnea Blomberg.
And really give credit to Hillsborough Community College for coming through on a lot of these free throws. Like we said again, coming in tonight, not the best free throw shooting team, but tonight they are capitalizing on their opportunities.
Traveling in all the way from the other side of the state, really made sure to get those free throws down. In traffic of 3 defenders was Giselle Young. Possession arrow will go to the Hillsborough Hawks. They called a jump ball. Hillsborough with a great defensive job of getting her tangled up as she was unable to find an outlet pass anywhere. So now it's Nina Green and Danica Bullard setting things up for Hillsborough. Nice lead pass. And a rebound by Reyes too, following her own putback attempt. But they say possession will go to Eastern Florida State.
And really, this has been a physical game early, Richard. Both of these teams really coming in, forcing the jump balls. They are not as scared to make contact with each other. They are going up for rebounds and continuing to trying to score on the inside. Expect more of this physical defense, especially with Hillsborough implementing the backcourt press.
A whole lot of scrappiness, a whole lot of changes in possession, and a whole lot of nice passes like that one too, and also nice shot contests like the one you just saw from Linnea Blomberg.
Well, I'll say this, Nia Santiago is getting a lot of good looks and getting open too.
Reyes for three, wide. Good job by Santiago to close out on the fast break, and Reyes steals it back. Playing a game of hot potato at this point. Another turnover. Ashley Battle off the bottom of the rim, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Are we watching point guards or are we watching cornerbacks out here, Richard? These girls are tracking these balls down, their eyes in the sky. The ball skills that both of these teams are possessing right now on the defensive side of the ball are coming in handy. On the offensive side of things, getting a little bit loose with the ball, you could say, as we're seeing a lot of turnovers from both sides early.
It's going back and forth almost like a hockey game, except there's no ice.
Well, with the way this ball is moving around, it might as well be on ice. I mean, slipping all over this court.
Either way, it's made for some entertaining and hard-fought action in this first quarter. A little bit under 2.5 minutes. The Hillsborough Hawks up 4 points, 13-9 over the Eastern Florida State College Titans. Here's Ballard over to Blomberg. Lead pass to Reyes, stolen. There's another turnover. Titans another fast break. Adams fakes the corner three and took the step a little bit before the dribble.
And these are the chances that Hillsborough Community College has got to capitalize on. Right now, it really seems like Eastern Florida State is beating themselves with some of these mistakes they're making, stepping out of bounds, traveling, just causing a lot of turnovers. The Hawks want to hold on to this one. They're going to have to capitalize on those opportunities.
Driving baseline right side was Bolero, unable to convert. And there's a foul inside on Giselle Young, who was working around the paint. They get Hillsborough for their 15th foul of the quarter. Giselle Young to the free throw line. Nina Green subs out of the game. In come Jasmine Boca and Amy Duggan. Giselle Young missed the first free throw, couldn't cash in the second either. The score remains the same. Sorry, go ahead.
Right now, I was going to say that's the difference in the game. 4 free throws made for Eastern Florida State, only 1 made, or excuse me, for Hillsborough, only 1 made for Eastern Florida State, and that's the difference in this game right now.
Good idea on that set jumper by Duggan. Just unable to go down, and what a rejection! Inside by Blomberg. She's had an incredible game so far. 3 ball. Ballard got it.
Can't leave Danica Ballard open like that in the corner. One of the team's highest 3-point percentage shooters, and she makes the Titans pay.
Good job by Ashley Battle of beating that press. Izaria Adams goes inside just to get swatted by Blomberg again. That's 2 Blomberg blocks in the past 2 possessions.
Really making things hard on the Titans to score on the inside.
Ballard almost had 2 threes in a row, but the ball takes a ricochet off the rim and out of bounds. Wow, that 3 would have sparked some momentum for the Hillsborough Hawks. That would have been 19-9 in the first double-digit lead of the night.
Would have really been something on this one. Would not have been how most people predicted this one to go, but the Hawks came out ready to play in this one.
And now the Titans have the chance to cut this lead down a little bit. Almost a 2-for-1 opportunity. 30 seconds left on the shot clock, or the game clock for the first quarter. Battle, cuts inside, loses it, out of traffic, drives left, Three ball. Off the front. O'Neal fighting for the rebound, and the battle was lost to Linnea Blomberg, who has just been the essence of hustle for the Hillsborough Hawks in this first quarter.
Absolutely, and really, she's going to get a much-needed break here. She's going to check out, but Liam Blumberg has been fantastic on the inside, has only held Jalea O'Neal to 2 points. She has really worked well against her, and again, just putting these blocks, getting possessions for the Hawks.
Very impressive, as O'Neal is arguably the best interior scorer on this team, but there's some impressive perimeter defense by Tamara Elliott, acquiring herself a swat as the first quarter buzzer goes off. Inside of Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida, the Hillsborough Community College Hawks lead this one early, 16-9 over the Eastern Florida State College Titans. James, what did you see from the Hawks that went positively for them in that first quarter that allowed them to hold Eastern Florida State to only 9 points?
Well, you hear football coaches talk about this a lot when it gets to playoff time, and it's not who's going to make the one big play, it's who's not going to make the play that ends up costing you the game. And right now, it's just Hillsborough Community College has been playing a much cleaner game of basketball than we've seen at Eastern Florida State. Eastern Florida State, a couple of just mental mistakes they've been making with travels. Haven't been really watching their footwork as much when they're close to the corner, just stepping out of bounds, giving the Hawks a possession. And then when they're trying these fast break runs, they're just a bit out of sync when trying to find these passes. So to me, it's not necessarily that Hillsborough great first quarter. They have, don't get me wrong, but they are the ones that really aren't making the self-inflicting mistakes that we've seen out of the Titans early, and that we did see in the last game they played, I think. However, Hillsborough Community College wasn't doing as good of a job in the first game at capitalizing on their opportunities. Now, what we're seeing is they're really coming out and they are capitalizing on these opportunities. But give credit to Eastern Florida State. This score could easily be way more out of hand than it is, considering all the turnovers and again, just mistakes that the Titans were making on that one. But they've done a good job of sticking with it. And really, they did find some offensive rhythm going there on those mid-range shots.
And what a coaching battle it's been in this game between Chris Springs and MJ Baker. We saw it in the first matchup as there's a reverse layup by Sofia Barrero off the putback attempt. Those are the first 2 points of the second quarter.
And that right there is just a hustle rebound. Does a good job of splitting two defenders, getting underneath the net, grabbing the ball, putting it back up.
I like that setup look from O'Neal. Runs it back to battle up top.
10 on the shot clock.
O'Neal put the ball down on the ground, and she gave a lot of space for Azaria Adams to work and drive with, which was good, and that led to her picking up a blocking foul that will help the Titans in their quest to the bonus. A quick shot clock correction being made right now. Referee wants a reset to 8 seconds. No one in this game so far has made over 1 field goal. A lot of evenly spread scoring. O'Neal takes to the basket. That rim not quite allowing her the and one, but she'll get to the stripe at a chance for a couple anyways.
Nice job by Adia Rastic. O'Neal just using her speed there, beats her on the inside, is able to get a hand on the ball. Unfortunately for her, also got a hand on some of O'Neal's arm as well.
O'Neal sinks the free throw. Her first free throw of the night, also her 3rd point. O'Neal averaging just over 11 points a game and around 5 rebounds. The Colonial High School product from Orlando, Florida. (18-11) with 9 minutes in the second. Ballard in the corner. Maggie Lauber is now seeing some action for the Hillsborough Hawks. 3 ball straight away, set up no good. These Hawks have a knack for retrieving their own misses though. They average 8 offensive rebounds a game. They've had a lot in this one. Shot clock expires. That time the Titans come down with it. Pushing up, battle to Elliott. Baumgart with a nice drive. Layup too strong. O'Neal the rebound. Spins out. Karen Nimmo back to O'Neal. Some good ball movement, but an offensive foul on Karen Nimmo right after she threw that pass to a wide open O'Neal.
Nimmo had a good look there from long range, chose not to take it, goes to drive inside, and unfortunately for the Titans, she draws the foul, and possession again going back in favor of Hillsborough.
And you know, James, maybe you do want to see the Titans start to look for some more outside shots. They do shoot a solid 33% from the three-point line as a team. Haven't taken many shots from the outside so far.
Well, especially with the way that Baumgart is playing, or excuse me, Bloomberg is playing on the inside for Hillsborough Community College. She's got a lot of blocks and really making it hard to score for the Titans in the paint.
2 blocks already in the first half. Linnea Blomberg's defensive presence has been really tough to match. She's also second on her team in scoring. Marcel Reyes is the leader with 5. Inside, good defense on Rashik, and out of bounds to the Titans. An immediate triple team on the ball in the post just caused a lot of confusion.
Really nice play design there by MJ Baker in Eastern Florida State, forcing the Hawks to make a quick decision on the inbound pass, and better defense by the Titans there.
And now you see 3 up in a press for the Hawks. Titans break it. 3 ball from the corner is what we wanted. Got a good look just off the rim.
Nice defense by the Hawks. They were ready on that one. Don't want to let Nimmo get too many open looks because she still will start drilling them.
Hillsborough starting a lot of their actions by swinging the ball around the perimeter, finding a pass inside. Good job there by Giselle Young to break up the swing action. Force Hillsborough to reset their possession. Five seconds left on the shot clock. Ballard has it. Ball knocked away. Gotta shoot. Fires from way downtown and almost somehow fills it up.
If that one would have went in, it would have probably just been the Hawks' night. They are putting up a lot of tough shots. And Titans are playing good defense on them, Richard.
Good defense being played on both sides as Sophia Ballard runs up and forces the jump ball. Possession arrow gives the ball back to her Hillsborough team. Barrero being trailed by Battle. Skips one to Ballard in the corner. On the ground, floater too long. Now Giselle Young trying to beat those Hillsborough numbers. A floater just off the back. Outside, Nemo, sharpshooter, off the front of the rim as well. Hustling in there, trying to receive the rebound. Unsuccessfully was Tamara Elliott. Off of her hands, back to Hillsborough.
And right now, Richard, I don't know if you're getting the same vibe, but it really feels like Hillsborough has been the more physical team in this one early.
It does, and that's why so many of these Titans possessions have ended in early turnovers. A lot of active traps in defensive setups from Hillsborough that's making it very difficult for Eastern Florida State to move the ball and generate any sort of open looks. And when they do find those open looks that are rare for them, they feel more pressure with them now. And I feel like that's causing them to rush some of these shots.
Well, you got to give credit to them. I agree with you, Richard, but you got to give credit to the Titans' defensive mentality. They, like I said, the Hawks could easily have extended this lead even more, putting more pressure on the Titans. But this defense for Eastern Florida State really kept them at bay, holding them under 20 at the moment.
The Titans will fight back. They always will. It's in their DNA.
We know how talented this team is to go down like that.
A nice pick and roll play. Handoff to Nia Santiago, a Euro step move to set up her bucket. Ballard, long one. No. Off to Giselle Young.
If you're the Titans right now, you want to capitalize. That was a quick offensive possession for the Hawks. Now back on your offensive side of the ball. Maybe start to get a little run going here.
Ballard hit her first three-pointer of the game, but then missed her next two. Here comes Battle inside, and just a tough break for Amanda Baumgart. And there's the travel up top. Took the step before the dribble. Sophia Barrero will turn it over to Eastern Florida State College.
Now it seems Hillsborough was making some of those early mistakes that we saw the Titans making. If Eastern Florida wants to get back into this one, they have to capitalize on these mistakes as the Hawks did theirs.
The bucket from Nia Santiago a little bit ago made the score more manageable. It's 18-13. Hillsborough over Eastern Florida State. Santiago and Baumgart looking to set up. The entry pass to O'Neal tipped. But there's a foul called on Danica Ballard, who was in there on defense.
Looks like they got her for the over-the-back foul on Jalea O'Neal, trying to get in there and get a hand on that basketball.
Every once in a while, physical defense will get you whistles. Nemo spins away from a couple of defenders, runs into another one and gets fouled by her and sent to the free throw line. Karen Nemo with nice shot creation.
Nemo to the line.
Karen Nemo has had double-digit points in her last 3 games and also recorded a 18-point and 12-rebound double-double versus East Georgia State all the way back in November.
Just shows you the type of depth that Eastern Florida State has, and when you're in a scrappy physical game like this, bodies just get tired more, and so MJ Baker having to go to her bench maybe a little earlier than she wants to, but when you have players like Nemo on the bench, makes that decision a lot easier.
Great defense by Santiago. Three-pointer was an air ball that went off to O'Neal. Santiago with another layup attempt won't go. A second one, same result. Hillsborough running back left. Good recovery by the Titans to stop some of those numbers and a defensive recovery. How about Nia Santiago on defense? She has been absolutely everywhere, preventing buckets left and right.
Absolutely, and she uses a lot of her speed to her advantage there, getting open on the offensive side for a pass, and then on the defensive side, nice recovery.
Santiago tried to make another hustle play, going for that rebound. The ball went out of bounds and beat her to it, though.
Nia Santiago, another one of those players that comes off the bench for the Titans and just gives 110% effort every time she touches the floor. And you can see it when she plays. She is absolutely everywhere. Like you see her running down the floor, getting open for passes, trying to set some things up on the offensive side of the ball. And then on the defensive side of the ball, when the Titans play the zone defense that they play, she is the first one over to each side every time. That's how fast she is.
Well, thank you for that analysis, James. We're heading right into another media timeout with about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half of basketball. It's 18 Hillsborough Community College Hawks, 15 for the Eastern Florida State College Titans. We'll be back after the break on the Titan Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida. We bring you all to a 3-point women's basketball fest with the Hillsborough Community College Hawks up by 3, trying to snap this impressive 30-game home winning streak for the Titans as a layup by Ashley Battle was blocked out of bounds. Possession stays here.
It's been a little over a year since the Titans have last lost at home. They're this season currently on an 8-game win streak at home, 30 overall.
Was a nice defensive play by Battle that she followed up with another one, forcing a travel on the baseline.
Ashley Battle, she hasn't scored yet today, but Richard, she's got 2 blocks, 2 steals, a rebound, and an assist. She's doing really a lot of different things for this Titans team, keeping them in this game. It's only a 3-point game right now.
She's the facilitator on offense for the Titans, but she's been facilitating the defense as well. Izaria Adams, shooters roll a couple of bounces around and down.
That was a nasty move there made by Adams, absolutely faking out a Hawks defender, getting herself an open look.
Nina Green, pump fake and pull up, matching that.
Well, if you're the Hawks, that's what you need to do. If the Titans are going to score with the lead, you just got to match them. And like I said, you'll be in a much better spot than you were in the first time these two teams matched up.
Baumgart on a rotation feed to O'Neal. Back out to the corner. Baumgart, swing pass to Adams, who had the last bucket. Almost 2 in a row and a blocking foul on the shot. Adams could get awarded some free shots for this. Yes, she will.
And Jasmine Boca, number 5 for Hillsborough Community College. That's her 3rd foul of this half.
And that is dangerous for Hillsborough. Jasmine Boca, the 2nd leading scorer with over 15.5 points, plays almost 20 minutes per game for this squad. Only 2 fouls away from fouling out is not the right situation.
She's one of those hustle players on defense. It's why you see her picking up some of these fouls, because she is always on the inside in the paint. A very physical player for this Hawks team.
Adams leaves the free throw line 1 for 2. It's 20-18 Hillsborough with 3 minutes left to take, and another trip to the free throw line this game. We've seen a whole lot of those in this first half.
We really have the inside, the physical nature of both of these teams' defenses. You kind of expect to see a little more free throws being called. Neither team really, though, having an answer for the inside defense except for drawing the foul.
And it seems like drawing these fouls is the main way that both of these teams are scoring tonight. Eastern Florida State College has attempted 10 free throws compared to now 6 for Hillsborough. Hillsborough has not missed a free throw all night.
And you got to give them credit for that. Like before coming into tonight, they were only shooting 67.5% from the free throw line. Eastern Florida State, 62.
It is an encouraging sign for the Titans that Hillsborough is 100% from the free throw line, though, because that is a statistic that isn't very sustainable. O'Neal with the nice give and go action with Adams, but lost the possession. O'Neal thinks the ball went out of bounds on a Hawk. Referee disagrees.
I would have to agree with the referees here on this one, Richard. When she was going up, and that one knocked out. Looked like it hit right off her knees out of bounds into the Hawks bench. And got to give credit to Hillsborough Community College. They are getting hands on the basketball, forcing some of these loose ball errors that we're seeing from the Titans.
They're very unpredictable on defense. Sometimes they switch, sometimes they don't. It's very tough to react to these unpredictable defensive movements, and there's some defense inside by Amanda Baumgart. Hands straight up in the air, that's how you do it.
Beautiful technique for him, doesn't get the foul called.
Adams to O'Neal, just rims away, tough look.
Good looks from O'Neal, and you can kind of see some of the frustration starting to set in from Jaleigh O'Neal. She's getting a lot of good looks in this one, just the rim here in the Titan Fieldhouse, playing a little bit of defense.
She'll be okay. She's playing a tremendous game. Neither team has really been able to find the bottom of the bucket too much here in the first half due to the great physical defense on both sides. Skip pass stolen by Izaria Adams. That's play recognition. Look at Battle keeping control the other way. Wide open. Adams set up. No.
Thought that was going in, Richard. That was a really, really good look there for Eastern Florida State.
Would have been a big one. One of the better fast break looks either team has seen, and another 3-ball rolls away, this time for Reyes.
Titan Fieldhouse playing defense against the Titans. This time they help out Eastern Florida State, putting that three-pointer out of there.
Baumgart finds herself open, can't cash in. 1 minute left in the first half. 22-18 Hillsborough, remaining close at a 4-point gain. Rashik has space, off the glass and out. Battle falling and fighting. Foul on Hillsborough. Foul on Reyes will be her second whistle of the night. Subbing in for O'Neal and Adams. Marta Vieira's checking in for the first time for Hillsborough tonight, as Ashley Battle is at the line for the second time. This is her third and fourth free throw attempts. These are huge. Any points to cut into this small deficit at the end of the first half could really help the Titans leading into the second. Drills it.
That was a absolutely huge made second free throw for Eastern Florida State College. Now a two-pointer can tie it, 3 point to take the lead, and with the way some of these three balls have been falling, or haven't been falling, I should say, for both teams, takes a little bit of the pressure off of Eastern Florida State.
And speaking of that, there is a three-pointer that will take the pressure off of Hillsborough for the time being. A fast break pass and a travel right after the catch. Right next to the basket, would have been 2 points.
Good call by the officials there. That's Marta Vieira checking in for the first time. Got behind the defense, just took a step before taking that first dribble.
Sometimes it's easy to get happy feet. Barrero cannot find the bottom on a runner. 25 seconds left in the first half. A kickball on the fast break, so still Titans ball, but they'll have to slow it down.
Yeah. Mentioned some Champions League games earlier today. That was a fantastic block from getting to the goal. Unfortunately, in this sport, that is a kickball.
Not a corner kick, however, but it will be a corner three attempt that does not fall. 18 seconds left. Barrero holding it.
No shot clock, so they can hold it for the final possession of the first half.
A little bit of a mismatch with Baumgart a forward outside. 3 seconds. Pass off in action, falls to the floor, and a foul called with 1.0 left on the clock. Pass out of bounds.
MJ Baker now having some words with the officials there. It has been a lot of foul calls in this first half attempt, and seems Hillsborough is making a lot of substitutions with 1 second left. And they're taking a timeout.
A quick media timeout with a second left to go in the first half. Before this 30-second break, I'll take some time to tell you guys that Eastern Florida State College currently has 7 personal fouls, while Hillsborough has 3 more with 10. We'll get you back for this last little second of this possession in a little bit. (25-20), the score in favor of the Hillsborough Community College Hawks. Here in Melbourne, Florida, Eastern Florida State College has 20. Possession Hillsborough right now. They have a chance to get a couple more points before we go to halftime break. Quick inbounds pass and a swat. So at the end of both the first and the second quarters, Eastern Florida State gets a block at the buzzer. 5-point lead for Hillsborough at the end of the first half. What have you seen from Hillsborough that's allowed them to go into halftime break with a little bit of a cushion?
To me, Richard, it's they are making less mistakes than the Titans are when they have possession of the basketball. Eastern Florida State has had a lot of great opportunities, but just taking an extra step when they didn't need to with the basketball, drawing a travel foul, stepping out of bounds when you're setting up a corner three, just being a little bit careless, you could say, with the basketball, but still, they are finding themselves with great opportunities. They are only down 5 with how they have been playing, with how the turnovers have been. You got to give credit to this Eastern Florida State defense for limiting the Hillsborough opportunities that they have had.
And offensively for Hillsborough, James, besides her defensive...
Hey, Coach, a little bit of a slow start, but you guys have been able to adjust. How do you build off of this momentum?
I mean, right now we're not playing very well on both ends of the court, so we just got to go back to doing what we're doing. Hillsborough's doing a great job of speeding us up. So really, we just got to slow down and play the way we like to play and just organize things and not play with our hair on fire.
How do you handle this full court pressure without rushing the offense?
Yeah, that's the key right now. Obviously, we got to understand the full court pressure is a facade, and it's not real. And I mean, we just got to be smart when we come across the court. We have to make good decisions with the ball instead of just forcing things.
What do you guys need to adjust coming out of the locker room?
I mean, on the offensive end, we need to play more as a team and be more patient. On the defensive end, we got to box out and find their shooters.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, you guys.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jordan Osborne, for that incredible halftime interview of Eastern Florida State College's head coach, MJ Baker.
And I got to say, she's absolutely right. Just seems that Hillsborough Community College has been really the more physical team on both ends of the basketball, on offense and defense. You see them on the offensive side. They are not scared to drive inside, kick the pass outside, and take the shot up. But then you see on continuing on the offensive side of the ball, they're up there getting those offensive rebounds, creating those second chance opportunities right now, which the Titans haven't been able to stop. It's really been Hillsborough putting up a shot, Reyes underneath, getting the rebound, putting her shot back up, and that has been the story right here for Hillsborough Community College. As on the offensive side of the ball, they are able to get those second chance points when Eastern Florida State College really hasn't been able to get a lot of those rebounds, and that is due to the physicalityness that Hillsborough has been showing underneath. We know this is a very, very different Hillsborough team than we saw the first time they traveled here to Eastern Florida State College. They really have improved their offensive efficiency, and we're seeing that here tonight. But the key for the Titans to come back here and keep that 30-game home win streak alive is to slow down. We hear it all the time at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. What we're supposed to do is slow down, and that's what Eastern Florida State can do. Allow the offense to come to them instead of trying to force things. You're only down 5. You're in a good spot. You're not in the best spot you could be, but you're still in a good spot, all things considered. I think the Titans come out, slow down, get back to playing their style of basketball. I think we'll start seeing some of those shots start to fall.
They should, and in the second half, they will have to slow down Maisel Reyes. In the first matchup, she had 13 points, as I previously mentioned, against the Titans in the first matchup. She already has 10 points at the end of the first half here. Leads all scorers in this game by far. Nobody else has more than 5. She also leads her team with 5 rebounds as well from the guard position. That's something that MJ Baker and the Titans will have to address in the second half if they want to come back and have a chance to win this game. But before we go into halftime, me and James Irvin would like to take this opportunity to give a huge thank you to both Eastern Florida State College and the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting over at Full Sail University for allowing us the opportunity to come out and call these games. It's an incredible opportunity to be able to not only provide the coverage of these wonderful events, but also to get experience calling these games. It's an incredible opportunity, and we could not be more grateful and thankful to be presented with it. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in, but don't leave yet. We have a second half of this game still yet to go in a 5-point game, and then right after this one, we continue our doubleheader with the men's basketball action at 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip approximately, or after the conclusion of this game. We'll be back after halftime from Titans Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida. James Irvin here with me. I'm Richard Duma. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Build a successful career with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. You can choose from nearly 25 tracks in today's top job fields of business, healthcare, and computer technologies, with classes tailored to meet your needs on campus and online. A bright future awaits you with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu/go/bachelors. Build a successful career with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. You can choose from nearly 25 tracks in today's top job fields of business, healthcare, and computer technologies, with classes tailored to meet your needs on campus and online. A bright future awaits you with a bachelor's degree from Eastern Florida State College. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu/go/bachelors.
half of women's basketball action for you all tonight. It's the Hillsborough Community College Hawks coming in up by 5 points against the number 21st ranked Eastern Florida State College Titans here at home. Eastern Florida State has struggled with things like turnovers in the first half. Let's see how they can combat those issues moving forward. Baumgart into Elliott. Cannot quite get the scoring started. Extremely tough defense being played by both of these teams in the first half, and it looks like that trend continues. A missed shot at the bucket and a steal to start the second half. Nice bounce pass from Baumgart into O'Neal. Almost had the and one, just circled its way out of the cylinder.
That's how good a defense is being played here tonight. Eastern Florida's playing good defense. Hillsborough's playing good defense. The Rims are playing great defense. So a lot of these shots have been no fault, but great job by O'Neal drawing the foul there. A chance to get the Titans back in this game.
It does seem like the ball has about an 85% chance of bouncing out instead of in when it hits the rim this game, which I think is a little bit disproportional to how it usually goes. But either way, a strong job by Jalea O'Neal to get to the free throw line and start off the second half with some easy points.
Jalea O'Neal, 71% free throw shooter, one of the highest on this Eastern Florida State team. In fact, the highest on the Eastern Florida State team.
Well, there was a nice play that was being set up by Hillsborough until a pass went out of bounds into their bench instead of the court. Adams with a nice fast break feed up to Elliott. Through the whistle, ball went off the short side of the backboard and off to the ground, and now Elliott will go to the stripe for two.
Great job there by Tamara Elliott. Really just won her route, as you would say, down the floor. You had a step on her and caught the pass. Great pass, delivered it right in front of her. Good recovery defense by Hillsborough Community College to get in front of her, but drawing the foul there and a chance to make this a 1-point game for the Titans.
Sometimes the best way to find yourself points is by being the fastest person to the basket. Elliott missed the first free throw there, but still could get one. That she does. So 25 to 24. It should be when this scoreboard updates. Nice tip by Baumgart. Somehow lands back in the hands of the Hawks. 3 ball won't fall for Ballard. Adams the other way. Up and through. And a third straight Eastern Florida State College possession with 2 free throws at the line.
May have been the third straight foul called on number 23 for Hillsborough Community College. That's Amanda Baumgart, and how the presence she's been making underneath it. The Titans can get her out of the game already with some foul trouble early in this second half. That could prove to opening up the paint offense for Eastern Florida State.
Linnea Blomberg, so impactful on defense for Hillsborough in that first half, made life so difficult on the interior to score. And that's part of the reason why Hillsborough was up after the first half. But now, the game tied at a quarter apiece. Coming up on 8.5 left in the third quarter. Hawks with possession, steers right, misses a mid-range jumper off to O'Neal. Nice cut by Ashley Battle, up and under.
And you notice, Richard, that got the Eastern Florida State bench absolutely fired up over there, bringing some energy to the Titans sideline, which we haven't seen all game.
That's understandable, and right after the Titans take their first lead of the night, there is a charging foul drawn by O'Neal, possession going back the Titans' way with the lead.
Fantastic job by Jalea O'Neal right there, drawing the foul, getting the possession back to her and her teammates.
Hawks combat with some pressure of their own, but they drop it back as Adams just dumps it off to Battle to set up the offense. Baumgart looks to O'Neal for a post touch off the left glass. Good presence inside by Ada Rashing. Oh my goodness, what a dish by Jasmine Boca to Rashik, who was rolling after that screen. Beautiful execution, tied up at 27s. We get a media timeout with under 8 minutes to play. We'll be back in about 30 seconds from Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida.
That was a rocket.
Welcome back, everybody, to the third quarter on the Titan Sports Network. I have James Irvin, my broadcast partner, right next to me. I'm Richard Duma. We're continuing with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Second half just beginning. Battle being pressed by the Hawks. Tip pass ends in the hands of O'Neal. Adams, Baumgart, from the bottom of the backboard back to the top. Battle. O'Neal, great swing passes, but out of bounds, the referee says.
Nice ball movement there by the Titans. They had O'Neal open at the top of the key. Unfortunately, just another one of those not watching your feet errors and the called out of bounds.
You see a lot of potential with these Titans plays, with these quick passes, and then as soon as you get a few of them in, it just seems like it gets a little bit too fast, and then the turnover happens. 3 ball straight away off the back, and then it ricochets off that rope thing coming out of the basket. That will be ruled out of bounds in Titans ball.
Yeah, that rope thing, Richard, is used to lower and drop the nets there. This very advanced engineering design there.
I think building a basketball hoop would be one of the more difficult things to do.
Well, you got to think, I mean, how even the shot clock is evolving now from a square to a circle. So really the progress of building a backboard with a net, because you know, remember all the way back in whatever basketball was first invented, there was no backboard, just a barrel.
Beach basket. Definitely have came a long way from those days. O'Neal fires from mid-range, no. Just behind the free throw line was a good-looking attempt. And now it's Boca putting the moves on. Slithers her way inside past a couple, but O'Neal was there.
Both teams playing some of that great defense right now. Neither offense can get a shot to fall.
Battle had it knocked away. Giselle Young got it back though. Over, no. Corner 3 wouldn't go. Adams almost had the offensive rebound, couldn't secure possession, just tipped it out.
Give credit to the Hawks here. The Titans came out with a much better game plan for this second half. Looked like they were executing at a much higher level as well, but the Hawks have kept right there with it. We're still tied at 27 each.
Really loved that layup drive earlier from the Titans. Straight through to the center. Now Hillsborough will take their time, setting up a little motion off the ball. Rashik, pick and pop, no.
Another one of those offensive rebounds for the Hawks.
Wide open is Blomberg, no. And then an over-the-back foul called on O'Neal. Chasing down Rashid for that rebound. Foul on Tamara Elliott, excuse me.
Good call by the officials there as she was going up to try and get a rebound. Elliott had her hand wrapped around her shoulder, gave a little grab. Official's gonna get that one every time.
Very respectable call. The officials doing an incredible job as always. We thank them very much for their contributions and services to this game. A loud smack as Rashik hits the floor. Some contact there in the paint off the ball. Her teammates help her up, and she appears to be just okay. She stays in the game. Everyone is all good. Ballard on the inbound.
Yeah, they get that one on Giselle Young right there. Just a little too much contact underneath.
Good idea from Ratchick, but a foul off the ball. On Jasmine Boca. There's a turnover, and the ball back to Eastern Florida State.
Great job recovering there. A couple of fouls called against the Titans there. They didn't waver any, and it's been really, really hard for the Hawks to get some points in the second half right now.
So that same story from the first half of turnovers and fouls carrying over into the second half, that same defensive intensive play. Only difference is Eastern Florida State has found their way into a couple of scores just like that when Giselle Young bodies her way into the rack.
Fantastic job by Giselle Young right there. Uses Rasich, not set feet against her. Gives a little shoulder bump on the inside. Fights her way to the basket. Easy two right there. And the lead for the Titans.
Battle fought her way around a screen, but couldn't fight the shot attempt. Jasmine Boca just stole those 2 points right back with a spin.
Saw her start on the bench because of some foul trouble she picked up early in the first half. Coming back out here, you see why it's valuable to get her on the floor for the Hawks.
A good game in the third, tied at 29. Three ball from Nemo won't go. Rebound from Young, back to Nemo. A foul offensively before Nemo drilled the mid-range shot. Hillsborough ball.
Gotta say, that's another good call by the officials there. Julia O'Neill just didn't quite have her feet set as she was trying to set up the screen right there. The officials got her.
Score all knotted up at 29s with a little bit under 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. A really tight one in the Citrus Conference. Blomberg up top finds Raschick. Those two have been reliable tonight. Way to fight for that rebound is O'Neill, using those elbows. And an offensive foul right after. It seems like a lot of times in this game, James, the turnovers happen in a snap-snap fashion. You get a turnover on one side of the ball, and then 5 minutes later, it's thrown out of bounds and going back the other way.
And really, Richard, that's just a sign for me is after these teams force these turnovers and get the turnovers, they need to slow things down so they can set up their normal offense. It seems right now both of these teams trying to play faster than one another, quickly regain the lead. And so far, it just has been forcing more errors than good for both sides on the offense. As you can see there from Ballard, trying to work too quickly there, just doesn't get her feet set, a travel, forcing another turnover back to the Titans right there. And really, Richard, it seems like whichever one of these teams is going to get settled first in this one is going to be able to pull away.
It's like clockwork, except the direction keeps changing between both of these teams, more like a pendulum instead. But now we have a media timeout coming up on 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Score tied at 29. I'm here with James Irvin. My name is Richard Dumo. We'll be back for the Titan Sports Network in Melbourne, Florida.
Eastern Florida State College has a 2-year aerospace technology degree. We are the only school in the state of Florida that offers this degree. The program is taught by industry professionals. All of the instructors are currently employed or previously employed at NASA. The program manager was part of NASA for 35 years. So you're not getting just somebody that has a degree that's teaching you stuff about aerospace. You're learning from people that actually worked in the aerospace field or currently working in the aerospace field.
Everybody, Eastern Florida State College fans, Hillsborough Community College fans, either way, sit back, relax, and take a breath. It is a tie game in the middle of the third quarter. Hillsborough has a chance to upset a near top 20 team in JUCO basketball here in this Citrus Conference matchup. Eastern Florida State College once again holding a 30-game even win streak here at the Titan Fieldhouse. There's a pass from Tamara Elliott that goes there and out of bounds, looking to the corner. Hillsborough with it now. They love this setup with Blomberg near the right wing, and then some action on the left, but now it's Ballard.
And good call again by the officials there as they were trying to drive inside. Giselle Young just stuck her shoulder out and bumped, giving a bump to number 8, Amy Duggan, it looked like, as she's going to be at the free throw line. And just, again, some of those errors that just cannot happen at this point in the game. Late third quarter in a tie ball game, trying to keep the long win streak alive. And you see head coach MJ Baker over there giving some live coaching to Giselle Young, how to play that situation a little bit better so you don't get the officials called. It's what great coaches do, Richard.
Sometimes when, I agree, James, absolutely. Those little pep talks in the middle of the game mean everything. When things are flying so fast, sometimes when you're at the free throw line like this and you can step back and just have a little bit of a talk, it can do wonders for you. But the second point I was going to make is that Giselle Young, she just got caught looking at the ball too much. Sometimes when you have an offense with one player in a stationary position for too long, you can get distracted and lose eyes of your matchup, and that's what happened there to Young. But now the Titans beat the press. A nice pass from Santiago to Young, and she was tripped up and hacked.
This has really been a physical game of basketball. We got bodies hitting the floor, it seems, almost every possession.
Both of these teams want to win bad.
Well, Eastern Florida State, they got to keep up with Florida Southwestern in the Citrus Conference. They are 9-1. In fact, the only 2 conference losses for the Titans this year are to Florida Southwestern. Eastern Florida State at 9-2, they're second place in the conference. Miami-Dade at 8-3, they're third. And then there's Hillsborough at fourth at 5-5. And they can get this win right here. It would be a huge raise in the conference battle, especially the closer we get to March.
And before Eastern Florida State College even thinks about a potential rematch with Florida Southwestern in a tournament fashion, they must deliver and end this game with a victory against Hillsborough Community College right here. Sidestep and a drive. 2 Titan defenders were there against Sofia Barrero. Nice kick from Elliott. Crossover, Hero inside, too strong from Battle. Nice board by Giselle Young off the front, and she's going back for 2 free shots. Tied at 30s with about 3 minutes left to go in the third. A whole lot of threes on the scoreboard.
Well, those fouls right now, both teams are in the bonus already here in this third quarter. They're going to get number 2 on that one, Sofia Barrero, and she checks out for Nina Green, the freshman out of Brownwood, Texas.
Nina Green is averaging 3.5 points a game, but also over 2 steals. An extremely active defender. Giselle Young missed her first free throw, but she has one more chance. Won't go. Rebound off to Nina Green. Showcasing some of that speed. Dumps off for the 3 ball, just too far.
Now's the time for Eastern Florida State to take their first lead of the game right now, Richard. Quick possession for the Hawks. They get it back.
And Young just turned it over to Boca, who threw it over the head of her intended target on the fast break in that same kind of sequence that we talked about in last commercial break. You have a turnover from one team and immediately just rushing a little bit too much, firing it right back.
Well, I think that you're starting to see some of the foul troubles. That's Nina Green in there, the freshman. She's checking in for the first time. They're not on the same page there on that turnover, and they're going to get Giselle Young again.
And there's a charging foul. Jasmine Boca a little bit upset at herself for turning it over, and she just got the ball right back for her team. Jasmine Boca, definitely a basketball player. She is a competitor at heart.
Seeing a lot of the competitiveness from both of these teams as we get late into the game. The tighter and tighter this gets. I only expect this game to get more physical, Richard.
Duggan with a nice pass to Reyes, but even better defense by Tamara Elliott, who had the contest. Hand in her face, mid-range, stop and pop, just unlucky.
Great job by Reyes fighting against O'Neal to get that rebound.
Great shot look too. And there's Ashley Battle, who comes away with possession and now beats the press by advancing it to Azaria Adams. Inside to O'Neal, spin, off the left glass and out. What a rebound by Linnea Blomberg.
Great defense there by Hillsborough, but I didn't really exactly see what Azari Adams looked like. She had an open lane to the net there, decided to dump off to Young, who misses.
O'Neal was out there on defense. Forced the miss on the three-pointer. Battle inside is stuffed at the rim, but a foul. A whistle on Blomberg as Ashley Battle tried to evade her way around the contact and put that ball through the net.
Yeah, that'll be another foul on Blumgar, who picked up 3 early, very early in this half. You can remember, Richard, that's going to cause her to check out for number 7, Adia Rasic, the 5'10 freshman forward from Sweden.
Ada Rashik, she's been effective this game as well, spacing out the floor from her forward position, showcasing herself as a threat to shoot at any given opportunity, and being incredible on defense as well, just like pretty much everyone on the floor tonight.
With that shot made from Battle, the Titans have battled all the way back and have taken their first lead of the night.
And a battle it has absolutely been tonight, 32-30, a 2-point lead for the Titans with under 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Highly contested and hardly fought just the way it should be.
Needed that out of Battle, the consistency there. The second highest rated free throw percentage shooter on the team with 67, behind Jalea O'Neal with 71.
And there's nice defense from Eastern Florida State. Piero Jimenez is in the game. She just made her first play of the game, and the layup just takes a couple of tumbles around the rim and somehow falls its way out of it. Forces a pump fake. Forces a miss. Travel inside after the offensive rebound. Nina Green was at the rack and ran into 2 Titans inside and just took an extra step.
Good call by the officials again. They have been on these travels here tonight.
Physical play and a near turnover near the baseline. Good job by Eastern Florida State to recover from the press. Wing side 3, and it's an Irish spring green for Karen Nemo.
And Nemo, the sharp shooting freshman off the bench, he comes in and drills 3. None bigger than that one. 2-possession lead now for the Titans.
Biggest lead of the game for Eastern Florida State. 35-30, drive inside, cannot capitalize. Now here's Jimenez, somehow dribbles through traffic. Ref blows his whistle, an off-ball foul called on Hillsborough somewhere along the swing. And because of the bonus rule, that will result in 2 free throws for Claudia Piero Jimenez and her chance at her first buckets of the night. She's currently averaging 2 points per game, 1.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists from Madrid, Spain. An extremely well-rounded guard who can contribute on offense and defense. A little bit of a jump scare on that free throw.
Hey, you know, that doesn't faze Claudia Piero Jimenez. We know that you get knocked off maybe your normal free throw routine can cause a miss. Great job by staying headstrong there and knocking down the free throw.
Hey, those were some smooth-looking free throws. I would consider her to take some technical foul shots in the future if put in that situation, maybe an intentional foul type time. 3 ball from Hillsborough, won't fall.
Great look there from another number 0 trying to hit the 3-pointer.
Quarter almost over. Nemo cannot get the buzzer-beating 3. 37-30 lead, a 7-point game for the Eastern Florida State College Titans over the Hillsborough Community College Hawks. The number 21 team in the nation, James, looked so much better in that third quarter than in the first 2. What changed on the offensive end that finally got the points flowing for the Titans?
Less turnovers. It seems Eastern Florida State really found their rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. There still were turnovers, there still were some loose balls, but that's going to happen when you're playing such a backcourt press defense like this. That kind of forces you to move quicker in your normal offense than you would like to. To me, though, Eastern Florida State really cleaned up a lot of the mental mistakes they were making in that first half. You didn't see them step out of bounds when they had an open look in the corner of the 3-point line. You're not seeing them make forced passes. It seems they're more on the same page this half. to start this half than we've seen out of Hillsborough.
They have, and Eastern Florida State, especially in the second half of that third quarter, every time they started to beat that press that Hillsborough would show them, it seemed like they were able to say, hey, let's breathe a little bit. We understand we have numbers. They've lost 3 defenders back there in the press who are still trying to come up and chase the Titans for the Hawks. And now you can sit back and realize, hey, it's 3-on-2. Somebody's wide open at the paint. Those are the type of the opportunities that the Titans have been able to really read and benefit from in that third quarter, and those points have accomplished a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter. The Hillsborough Hawks do start with the first possession in it. 37-30, 3 balls straight away from the wing, won't fall. Offensive rebound to Hillsborough, and the shooter's touch on the floater goes. Micelle Reyes picking up where she left off in the first half. And that was a scary one, a press situation. Almost forced the ball back to Hillsborough, but the ball went off a Hawk.
That's what you see out of this backcourt press defense, forcing the Titans to make earlier passes than they normally would in their normal offensive reads.
That time they beat the press. Adams inside to O'Neal, and through 3 defenders decides to put it up and won't go. Boca with their second straight take. 1 for 2 in their past couple. Nice read and a spin off, but a foul immediately on Nina Green as Tamara Elliott got away from that action.
Referees seem to be trying to limit the contact seen in this one. Not really given a lot here early in this fourth quarter.
Battle, Nemo in the corner, won't fall. Way to chase it down. Swing out to Battle for 3, no. And one thing I noticed from this Hillsborough defense, besides that wide open 3 attempt, is that whenever the Titans get into the paint, it seems like Hillsborough is trapping immediately 3 defenders around whoever is supposed to be taking that shot at the current moment. That team defense inside has really stopped Eastern Florida State from converting inside. This time they have an opportunity, but Nemo gave it right back away. Nina Green was fast enough to come back and swipe that thing away at the last second. Boca trailing the play. Off the rim, another miss. Offensive rebound, Rashik, and a nice feed to the right side of the paint. Opposite corner to another. That is 2 more points for the Hillsborough Community College Hawks, and that trims the Titans' lead to 3 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Gotta really give Hillsborough credit here. Seems like Eastern Florida State really found their momentum, especially on the offensive side of the ball, to end that third quarter. Here in the fourth, though, Hillsborough has found the answer. If I am head coach Chris Springs of Hillsborough Community College, I'm telling my girls to slow down and to stop trying to force some of these 3 shots. We see very early in the shot clock a lot of the time, a Hawks player will get the ball and they'll have an open look and they'll just force it up and not necessarily wait for something better to come up. It is a 3-point game. You don't need to start hitting 3s and to play the 3-ball game. Chris Springs, obviously a very, very good Division I basketball player for Campbell University in North Carolina. He was actually recruited, Richard, by Press Maravich, the father of Pete Maravich.
Wow.
So, bit of basketball history there. He absolutely knows what he's talking about, as does MJ Baker for Eastern Florida State College, holding blocks records, steal records, all at the University of West Florida.
A coaching matchup and battle with a lot of expertise around the game from playing early on in life and just from coaching in general throughout their times doing so. Both of these coaches have given us a great battle tonight. 37-34 in favor of Eastern Florida State College with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. So far in the start of the fourth, Hillsborough back forcing some turnovers. The Titans looking to get back to that inside drive game that worked in the third. Here comes Nemo around, and how about we just talk about it and she converts.
Titans trying to work off this crowd. They're feeling it now.
Rashik to Boca, we had some defense chants going on inside of the Titan Fieldhouse.
First, second, teams first.
If I'm Eastern Florida State on the offensive side of the ball, Richard, I am spacing this floor out and letting Karen Nemo cook. Looks right now to be the most consistent scorer on the Titan side right now. She can score from long range and hit the inside moves. If I'm Eastern Florida, I'm trying to get her involved in the offense as much as possible.
One of the leading scorers on this Titans team, a very explosive scorer. If she's having a great day, I don't see why not keep going back to her. Ashley Battle working with it. The Hawks still very physical. Even when they're not pressing in the full court, they are still bringing their perimeter defense up to the half court to create some havoc and not allow Eastern Florida State to get into some of their half court sets.
Yeah, you just mentioned the physicality in this, and then there's Danica Ballard picking up the foul, working against Jalea O'Neal.
Danica Ballard has had a good game. She made the first three-pointer of this game for both teams, all the way back in the first quarter. Adams out to Battle. Nina Green still playing that tough press defense. Battle inside, over a defender, no. Boca the board. She's just sprinting and beating everyone down the court, forces all the attention and feeds it off to Rashik, who is standing right under the square.
Beautiful job by Boca. Has been an absolute menace in the rebounding game tonight. And right there, getting the defensive rebound and quick scoring possession for the Hawks.
39-36, a three-point lead. And an offensive foul on the Titans.
You hope Jasmine Boca's okay there. She looked like she took a tumble after that drive on the inside by Azaria Adams.
We've seen a couple of those this game. Fortunately, everyone popping back up immediately like nothing happened. You love to see that toughness. Boca, a long distance three is short.
See Chris Springs there getting some more live coach. That's one of those shots we were mentioning, Richard, early in the shot clock, just forcing a long three when you don't necessarily have to, giving the ball right back to Eastern Florida State.
And they will take that. Great defense by Tamara Elliott to be ready for that shot attempt. She was out there guarding it. O'Neal finds Adams in a bit of a crease and just through the zone defense. Charges, Jasmine Boca draws it.
Opportunity now for the Hawks to either make this a one-point game or tie it, or even potential four-point possession.
You know what a simple thing I want to see from the Titans on offense is in the post? A jump stop.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just being too forceful right after they catch the ball, as if they're playing a matchup style of defense, and they're not. The Hawks are running a press zone defense. Think of it almost like a zone blitz in football that is meant to kind of confuse the quarterback. You see the press and you assume that everyone is just matched up against somebody, and then you beat the press and all of a sudden everyone is spaced out and it just completely throws off your timing. What they need to do to adjust to that is to stop somewhere around the elbow, weigh your options, and if you're wide open, just pull it. Out of bounds on O'Neal, a nice defensive play by her around the basket. And a re-ruling sends it Eastern Florida State's way. So now with the lead and the ball against C, there's the three-woman press. Now starting to back up. And a backcourt violation. They spent the full 8 seconds way too long back there. That'll be enough time to give the ball back to the Hawks.
And you can see it there on the face of Jalea O'Neal talking to her teammates. Some of this frustration brewing over. They got to keep with it. They have a 3-point lead, but this Hawks defense, Richard, has got to be annoying to play against.
It is. It's one of the more uniquely set up defenses that I have seen, and it's very tough because it's not a very common look that you see and face often, so it's an adjustment that needs to be made. And Tamara Elliott on the fast break, making an adjustment of her own, stopping right out under the basket, just like Hillsborough's been scoring lately. Boca rolls around. Back out to Reyes, stop and pop, and it's through.
What a tough shot there. Normally the rim's been knocking that one out, giving Reyes a little bit of favorability there. That is a really fantastic shot by Reyes. She's one of those players that can go anywhere on the floor and make a bucket.
Just a smooth 17-footer off the jump, something you see in an old school basketball game, really. Some of that 1990s, 2000s action. (41-38) in favor of the Titans with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the game.
Titans are going to try and hang on here, but again, if I'm on the offense, I'm trying to space this floor out and let Karen Nimmo work.
It seems like the Hawks are spacing the floor out by themselves already, considering they like to play the whole court. Corner three, sinks it! Speaking of Karen Nimmo, she can isolate and drive, and she can spot up and knock them down.
Titans have been trying to find Nimmo all night. They found her in the corner on that one. Huge, huge three to extend the lead.
Too much space to give her, and then she's also 5'10" as well, so she has the size from that crafty wing position to be able to drive on you as well and prevent an offensive threat in multiple layers of the court. And now after a foul call, it's Reyes back to the free throw line. She just converted a long mid-range jumper last possession and now has an opportunity for 2 more points, and there's half of it. Connects on both. Now a 4-point lead. O'Neal up to Elliott. Battle will slow it down. Reading and figuring out how to attack this zone defense now that they have a second. O'Neal with a nice jump stop, but that's what you want to see. O'Neal couldn't convert, and now there's a fast break for Hillsborough. Jasmine Boca, good defense by Elliott. Tamara Elliott has been such a valuable defender for Eastern Florida State College all night long. She's made some pivotal stops that is keeping the Titans in the lead right now.
I really like that setup that Hillsborough was trying to do. Some fantastic ball movement, and they were moving at fast pace too to be able to connect with some of those passes. Just great recovery defense by Eastern Florida State, able to keep those shots from falling.
And that's what they can do to you. Even if you feel like you have a chance against the Titans with your defense and turnovers forced, they will do the same thing right back to you. O'Neal's shot rimmed out as the shot clock expired. Rebound went to Rashik. And a charging foul. O'Neal is so good at drawing those charges. I believe that's like her 3rd tonight.
Really is. She's just so good at getting down there, getting those feet planted, and she is not scared of contact, Richard. We know with how much she initiates it on the offensive side of the ball, scoring on the inside. She is not scared to take a bump or two to get the ball back for her team, and that just speaks to the kind of team player that she is.
And you need those enforcers on your basketball team that can show they will go make a play for you, because that's exactly what O'Neal does every single night. Her teammates know that they can rely on her and trust her to be there. As now she pushes up to Elliott. Back out to O'Neal. Off-ball motion from Nimmo. This time Green playing way tighter on her. Still finds herself open. Cashes in again. Are you kidding me, Karen Nimmo? They can't find her on the court. This is ridiculous.
Ball still going, a bit out of position. Head coach MJ Baker not too happy with her sideline right now.
Another turnover battle to Nimmo. This time she couldn't get the layup. Just a bit too much excitement running down the other way, I think.
Yeah, she hit that shot. Looked like the entire Eastern Florida State bench was getting ready to run on the floor and celebrate with her. The referees did not blow anything dead, however, Richard. And over here, the Titans are playing 5-on-4.
This game has been moving incredibly fast these past 45 seconds. Great defense inside by O'Neal to make that stop. Referees call a foul as the Titans were trotting up the sideline, and now they will have the ball out of bounds. A little score update for all of you guys back at home. It's 47-40, a 7-point lead for the Eastern Florida State College. Either is or is tied for their biggest lead of the night. Right now, Azaria Adams is on the free throw line. They ruled that a clear path foul, so this will be ruled, I believe, as a technical foul, unless this is a substitution type of a situation where they are just, and it appears that's what it is. So the Titans were in the bonus, and they will be going to the free throw line just like any regular occurrence. Clear up some confusion there as Adams drills the first free throw, and that's a big one to go up by 8 with a little bit under 3 minutes left. If you can push this lead to double digits, it really changes the clock dynamics for Hillsborough, because now they have to push and rush more than they have been so far this game. And you've talked about it already, James. In the possessions that the Hawks rush in and take those early shots, it seems like they're missing, and the rebounds fall off early to the Titans.
Absolutely, and when they are playing faster, it seems the Hawks offense cannot keep up with it.
And oh my goodness, just a straightaway three that comes out of nowhere.
Danica Bell with a huge, huge three there. Like we mentioned, she's the team's best three-point shooter.
To match it, Karen Nemo in the second half has been going dynamite from that same right wing spot.
She's got that takeover on, Richard. She has come in, taking over this game. Titans lead by over 10.
Ballard throws it away. Battle gets fouled by her inside, and the clock stops, and she has the opportunity to push the lead to 12 with 3 straight 2s on the clock.
And this Titans offense has been absolutely working at a rhythm that we hadn't really seen, Richard, for 3.5 quarters. Both of these teams coming out here. We had a really defensive matchup going in the first half. We got a three-party going right now.
We do, and thankfully to Karen Nemo and now recently Danica Ballard on the other end. But what an explosion from Karen Nemo. She has 14 points on the night, averaging 12 over her average season total. Scoreboard update, it is an 11-point game. We had an extra point added in the middle of there, so 54-43 in favor of the Titans. Volka out to Rashich, uses the baseline to her advantage, getting crafty in there.
That's really what the Hawks have been doing so well all night, cutting from the inside to the left in the paint and putting that shot up.
O'Neal with 2 minutes left on the clock, passes the half-court line. Adams setting up an action. Clock is the Titans' friend. Wide open. Money! Getting in on the party is Ashley Battle from the three-point line. That spot must just be infectious.
Yeah, you get that spot, you get infected with a case of the green, Richard.
100% chance of swish. Marcel Reyes just swished in a floater on the other end for Hillsborough, so don't write this game away just yet. We'll be right back after a short break from Titan Fieldhouse. We got a minute and a half left to go. 10-point game, 57-47, Titans leading the Hawks. We'll be back in around 30. Welcome back to the Titan Fieldhouse here at Eastern Florida State College. If you are just joining us here in Melbourne, Florida, it is a 10-point lead right now for the Titans, trying to defend a 30-game home winning streak. The clock is on the side of the Titans. All they really have to do here is run down a couple of shot clocks to extend their streak to 31 and chase down Florida Southwestern for the top spot in the Citrus Conference standings. Even though they've already taken 2 losses to them so far this year, there is still time left to catch up. Inside pass, just sleeping on defense was Hillsborough. Tamara Elliott found herself right in front of the basket.
Absolute beautiful design set play there by Eastern Florida State.
The Hawks have to get something up quickly. Rashich working around O'Neal, has no other choice but to kick back out. Now it's Reyes, and just turns it right back over. Great steal. And a defensive foul that could have been a charge. It was on the fence, but Jasmine Boca was moving her feet a little bit.
And that will cause Boca to sit out for the rest of this game. That's the 5th foul called against her with 41 seconds left. And Richard, it looks like the Titans have defended the Titan Fieldhouse well and are going to extend that 30-game home win streak after a bit of some trouble from the Hawks there.
And both of these teams were hot coming into this matchup tonight, James. Hillsborough was coming off a win over Daytona, 81-73, and also one of the more efficient offensive teams in the conference. You have to look at this Titans team and just look at how incredible it is that they've held Hillsborough to 47 points. They averaged 77 on the season. Eastern Florida State has held Hillsborough to 30 points per game under their season average for the season. Just a splendid performance on the defensive side of the ball from every single player on this roster. What a coaching job by MJ Baker as well to lead this team.
Absolutely right. With how that first half went, Richard, you really would not think that Eastern Florida State would be up by as much as they are, but that halftime was much needed for the Titans. They came back out, they readjusted their game plan.
Eastern Florida State on a 4-game win streak that's now looking like it will be extended to 5. They are second in the conference, as I mentioned, behind Florida Southwestern. They're coming off an 82-68 win over Miami-Dade, and now they're about to take their second victory over the Hillsborough Community College Hawks this season. In the first matchup here, Eastern Florida State College won by 20 points, and now they will take this one by, looks to be 16 right now. So even with how tightly contested of a game it was in the first half, being about a tie game at the end of the first half, Eastern Florida State managed to make this a bit of a blowout as we trended towards the end of this one.
Yeah, and like we said, that halftime was needed. They came back, adjusted their game plan, cleaned up those little mental mistakes that the Titans made in that first half, and really a much cleaner second half play. But give credit to Hillsborough Community College. They really played up to competition for 3.5 quarters here.
They did. They played a tough game, and especially with the travel. I mean, Hillsborough Community College, they're coming all the way from Tampa on the other side of the state there by the other coast. So give credit to them for even coming out this far and playing as closely contested as they did. But regardless of that, an incredible win for the Eastern Florida State College Titans at home. The clock stops with 11 seconds left. And also like to talk about how Tamara Elliott has been getting rewarded offensively in the second half for her defense in the first. She is one of the main reasons why the Titans were so dominant defensively in this game. She's been absolutely everywhere on the perimeter. And then O'Neal on the inside too. Not being afraid of contact, not giving up any easy buckets in the post. Karen Nemo's offensive three-point explosion in the second half. All factors that led to a 65-49 home win here in Melbourne, Florida area. Eastern Florida State College Titans advanced to 18-5 on the season as well as 10-2 in conference play. Hillsborough falls to Hillsborough will fall to 12-8 while being 5-6 in conference play. They are sitting around in the middle. Before we head out of our broadcast here, we will have another interview shortly here with our sideline reporter, Jordan Osborne. We'll get you guys to her when we can. But after this game, make sure everybody sticks around here on the Titan Sports Network, because we have the second part of our doubleheader. The women's team got the job done in the first half, winning handedly against Hillsborough Community College. And now the men's team will play at 7:30. We will be down to our sideline reporter, Jordan Osborne, soon.
Yeah, and well, before we go down, we'd like to send a thank you to the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting for giving us this opportunity, and Jordan Osborne this opportunity.
We'll send it away. Take it away, Jordan.
Hey, Coach, you are now 9-0 at home games. What does this win mean for your team?
I mean, we're really big about protecting our home court, so it was a big win. It was ugly with a capital UGLY, completely ugly, but you'll take the ugly wins over the pretty losses.
Looking forward to your next game against Florida Southwestern. What will your strategy be going into that game?
Well, Florida Southwest is a real physical game. They're very disciplined, so we got to make sure that we're playing physical. We got to do a better job on the offensive end, executing and finishing our shots, because we got some good looks today, but we didn't finish very well, and then just keeping them off the boards.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jordan. It was an incredible experience for you being able to interview head coach MJ Baker. She coached an awesome game today, didn't she, James?
Absolutely right. With the adjustments having to be made from this team going back and forth, really, it was just a coaching masterpiece in both of these games. Head coach Chris Springs saw what his team did well in the last matchup, coming back, implementing that immediately into the game plan. That's why you saw such a hot start out of Hillsborough Community College, but it's a game of adjustments, and MJ Baker is one of the best adjusters, not just in JUCO, but in all of college basketball. The adjustment she made out here, the ability to get her players back locked in. They cleaned up the mental mistakes after really Hillsborough Community College was in the driver's seat of this game. They were taking advantage of the mistakes made by the Titans, and they were looking to be the ones to end this 30-game home win streak, and beating the ones at the one who started the home win streak all that time ago when Eastern Florida State beat Hillsborough to kick off this win streak. They wanted to be the one to end it, but Eastern Florida State College Titans able to stay locked in, using the wise words of wisdom from head coach MJ Baker. They're able to hang on, and man, we're gonna have a heavyweight fight between Florida Southwestern and Eastern Florida State College coming up.
Thank you, James. Well, that's about all the time we're going to have today. Coach MJ Baker and the Eastern Florida State College Titans learned how to beat the press, and they also beat the Hawks on the women's basketball side. For those of you on the Titan Sports Network, make sure to stick around, because the second half of our doubleheader is coming up shortly with the men's basketball team with Caden Schmidt and Jake Stoop on the call. From my broadcast partner, James Irvin, my name is Richard Duma from the Titan Sports Network. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to stick around, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Christine.